Yep, and there we go. We are live, fellas. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another week of the AMLoB Podcast. Of course, you know how we do power rankings the first half. Second half, probably talk a little bit on the plans and things we have for the new league and some of the stuff that we want to see that we're trying to get put in the AMLoB. You know, like we did before. Just things are starting to become more concrete. So talk about those. Don't be surprised if we branch off and talk about basketball because I'm definitely watching the Raptors and Cavs. But
well, I would play I already kind of was thinking I'd rock some Slim Shady to come back in as my introduction because guess who's back, boys? But I'm in the middle of the game, so that's not gonna happen.
You're not even in a game. You're not even in a game. You're just playing the emotions and just dominating the kid.
I'm trying to be nice here, Emmons. Okay, not all of us.
He doesn't deserve you to be nice to him.
Wait. Did I just say that I'm trying to be?
What are you trying to do? You're supposed to avenge me, and you're just trying to be nice to the kid.
Well, no, I'm the guy that's never nice. That's what I'm trying.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Now you choose to be nice.
Okay, fine. I'm up 30-0. It's not much.
Good start. Me and Crips are already arguing.
Of course, we got Crips and Emmons. Corey may make an appearance. We don't know. He said he's in a game at the moment, so
Wumbo's a mystery too.
One of us can be in the pod while we're playing the game. The other one has to focus because he ain't good enough.
Yeah, and plus he's not tanking in that league, so.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, we got the power rankings.
Let's get into them.
Let's do it.
Unanimously, besides one slacker this week, which is better than two slackers like we had last week. Unanimously, the number one is LJ again, so that's back-to-back power rankings. I don't think there's any question with this one. I mean, you didn't lose a game since the last time, so we're not going to knock you. And plus, I mean, that team you have is just nasty along with your user skills, so.
Yeah, the Pro Bowls help.
For sure.
Don't get me started on Pro Bowls, okay? Don't get me started on Pro Bowls.
Kind of a little salty there, Chris. You want to tell us something, or?
I'm just salty that like half my starters got snubbed on Pro. Man, I had one Pro Bowl offensive lineman. One Pro Bowl offense. I was number 2 in the league in total yards. I led the league in rushing yards by a solid 300 or 400 yards, or something insane like that. Because I had like 2,400 rushing yards. And I had one Pro Bowl lineman. So yeah, I'm a little salty.
Yeah, the Madden logic is kind of.
Yeah. I'm a little sad Joe Bocci didn't get in Pro Bowl, but it's okay.
It is what it is. Yeah, I don't know who did we ever figure out who the other linebacker was that wasn't Castle?
I don't know.
I don't think we did. I think we just realized that somehow I didn't have the number two middle linebacker for the Pro Bowl. Which didn't make, but it is what it is. Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, one, I don't have any comments. It's my team, so I'm not really talking much about it.
Just I'll put it out there, LJ. Back-to-back Super Bowl winners, back-to-back seasons.
We shall see. I got a tough test against Roger.
Yeah, for sure.
If y'all can schedule the game.
Yeah. Well, we already scheduled it. It's just a matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Number 2, Light has moved up. I think he was at number 4 last week.
No, he was at 2 last week too.
Was he?
Who was?
Yeah, Lights.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dicey was at 2 last week.
I did not realize that Lights was having the season he was having.
Honestly. Yeah, Dicey was at 2 last week.
Oh, okay.
Lights was at 3.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, I got it. I got the last week pulled up.
Yeah, we actually have 3 15-1 teams this year, which is insane to me.
Yeah, it is wild. It is wild. 3 15-1 teams. 14-2, and then I think we got like 4 13-3.
I mean, the six. I don't know how the NFC looked like, but the 6th seed, which was me in the AFC, was 11-5. That was the 6th seed.
10-6.
What was it 10-6? Oh yeah, I did lose to.
There was a 10-6 team in the NFC that didn't even make it.
Oh yeah, the Ferris. I keep forgetting I lost the Ferris to the Raiders, who is now a CP. Well, was a CPU.
Oh no, you were 11-5. I'm talking about the NFC.
Oh, I was 11-5. So if it wasn't for that Ferris versus the Raiders, I could have. So I only lost division games. Wow, that's hurtful.
Did you won every game outside of your division, outside of our division?
Besides that Ferris versus the Raiders.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I was 2-4 in the division.
Yeah, he literally every game.
2-5. 2-5.
Well, the playoffs, yeah. All
right.
But
that was a weird game.
So I mean, Lights is he had a very sneaky good season. But you know what? He's always had these like sneaky good seasons where you don't really see it until
you go and look at the end of season power ranks. You're like, oh crap, this man went 13-3,
15-1.
Because the 15-1. To be honest, the only loss he had was the first game against me.
Yeah, so he won 15 games in a row.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so and then number 3 we got Splooge. He was 15-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's had a good year. He's had a good year.
He's built a good team. Not like a knock against him. I don't really see any huge. I mean, he did beat Pook.
Yeah,
he beat me too. He
did have a couple big wins. He did have a few big wins actually. He beat Pook and Cripps. I think he has one more too. I don't have the schedule pulled up in front of me, but I think he had a third big win too. So he's had some good wins. I mean, Grid's not a bad user, and he had to beat him twice. So
yeah, I was gonna say he had to beat Grid, which is like the most competition he's had in that division,
right? Since
sports.
What's his name?
Sports.
So
same team, ironically.
Yeah.
Had the rotating cast of Jets users, but really his last big competition was the last team to actually have the
Patriots. Whatever happened to Jeff WVU guy? He was in our league for a while.
Well, yeah, he left. He got tired of Madden.
Gotcha.
But yeah. So I mean, honestly, Bobby, he did a great job this season. Honestly, this is the most impressive season I've seen from him.
Yeah, he's right into momentum going into the playoffs too. He's got to play Dicey, which I think is a good matchup for him. But I think it's gonna be a tough one to pick because I think Dicey's got to.
I hope Dicey beats him because I've got a better track record against Dicey than I do against Splooge. So I've only played
Splooge like 2 times in this Madden, so I played Dicey like 12. So
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I can see. I mean, no offense to Cripps, but I can. If he puts something together, I can see him making his first Super Bowl appearance.
Which I mean, honestly, that'd be big for him because the thing with him is he's one of those teams where the regular season looks great, and then it comes to the playoffs and don't have that same punch power.
Right.
So I mean, it'll be interesting to see.
I'm out here trying to make my first Super Bowl too, for what it's worth. I've never been able to finish the bill.
Jeez, I mean, Capitals. I mean, I don't know if you guys are hockey fans. Capitals and Penguins going to overtime.
I saw the
3-2 in the series going into overtime at home.
Oh, I saw they were down 1-0 when I was at a dinner. Like
they tied it up.
Yeah.
But so I think Splooge. I mean, that's our 3 15-1 teams, which was crazy to me.
Yeah, that's insane.
And then, all right, this is where things get a little interesting on the rankings. We're going to start figuring out, thanks to Corey slacking a little bit, deciding to play another league game over his own league. So there's a tiebreaker at 4, I believe. And
honestly, I think Cripps wins it.
I was going to say, I'm going to give Cripps the edge because he had the most.
Because
Roger had a 6.
Yeah, I was going to say he's 5 across on 3 of them.
5 across the board, and then he's got a 4. Roger's got a 6 in there, so we'll go with Cripps.
Yeah. So
So Cripps is at 4. Another good year. I mean, I think he swept. Did you sweep Dicey?
yeah,
Yeah.
he
So you were 6-0 in the division.
yeah, I was going to say he
And
cleaned the division.
He's 6-0. He's 6-0 in the division. In my opinion, I'm biased. In the best division, probably in the league.
To be
Now
honest,
that-
from talent wise, from user wise, y'all are definitely the best division in the league, just by user talent wise.
Right. Yeah, my team's not up there. My team's like the bottom half of the
I was gonna say, and to me, that's I'll get into that whenever we talk about your team a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, as far as user talent goes, or user ability, I guess you would say, the AFC South is probably the best.
And I can't even lie. I mean, the 2 times I played Cripps, I mean, they weren't. The second game was close for a while, and then he pulled away. But I mean, it just wasn't a game. So, and I'm pretty sure that both times he beat Dicey. One was a Forest one, but I think they disconnected, and the other was, I mean, he beat him by 14, 20-6, or 16-6.
It was like 16-3 or something, and
yeah. So
he scored in like the last couple minutes to at least get points on the board.
Yeah. So it was definitely another impressive season for you. Probably your second best season besides that one that you lost to Dicey in the playoffs off of a tip drill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of tip drills, my favorite moment in this league still for me is my tip drill for the win against shirtless Bucks on a in the end zone and rewatching that streak over and over again.
I loved me some shirtless Bucks. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, he grew on me after a while.
He was
cool. He just came in really cocky, but he was a cool dude.
Yeah, that was.
I knew him from the one league that I was in, and I mean he's a cool dude. He is definitely very confident though.
Yeah, he's definitely, he doesn't lack any confidence, but he's a cool dude.
Yeah, but that's a good find. Yeah, so I mean, to be Cripps, your season was about as impressive as anyone's. I mean, you went 13-3, but I don't think that was as. I mean,
who'd you lose to? I mean, I know you lost to Splooge.
I lost to Splooge. I lost to Poog, and I lost on a sim to the 3-win Broncos in a fair sim.
Ooh,
because I forgot to post the pictures to get the forced win because I was busy that night. So
nice.
It is what it is.
Maybe your team should just get good in sims.
I mean, I have a quarterback with 59 awareness because he loses awareness every week from getting sacked too much. So
maybe that's why you're O-line to make the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think.
But anyways, moving on from Cripps, we don't need to feed into his ego anymore. We got Roger at 5.
Yeah.
What did he finish? 13-3.
Yeah. Well, no, he finished 14-2. 14-2. Only 2 losses to Cards.
Yeah. So I mean, again, nothing. No knock against him.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, the thing with Roger, I mean, his season was very. It's honestly impressive because, to be honest, the only person that he lost to is the guy that won 15 straight games. So
I guess when I look at it, I think Cripps just being in the division he's in, although Roger being in the division with the Cards too. But other than that, the Seahawks is who? Do we have a Seahawks?
No, we don't.
Do we have a 40? Who's the? Oh, Rogers the 49ers, and then Khan's the Rams.
Khan is the Rams.
So there's a drop off there in that division besides Lights.
Well, the thing is, Lights has won that division like I think all but one season.
Right. So yeah, he's been quietly dominant.
Yeah, but I mean,
doesn't he have like the best win percentage out of everyone in the league this year?
I'd have to look at it again, but I think he does now that Snippy's gone.
Yeah.
Snippy was so disappointed. He's gonna be really upset when he finds out he's really not the Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt him.
Can't retire.
But yeah, Roger, he had an impressive season. Like I mean, 14-2. most times when you go 14-2, that'll net you, a 1 or 2 seed. But when you go 14-2,
that's insane. And you get the 5 seed. That's hurtful. That's not
but
fun.
I mean that's the thing though. Like his season has been really impressive. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that cars got crazy hot, then he would he would have won that division, and 2, he probably would have ended up being the 1 seed with only 1 loss and having beat me in for my only loss.
So he was your only loss. That's right.
Yeah.
So I mean that would have been big time. But he won 24-7 in his first in the wild card game. So I mean, definitely impressive. Like I said, my game against him this round in the divisional should be it's going to be a barn burner like the last. I don't think either one of us have won by more than 1 score in like our last like few games. So it'll definitely be a barn burner, and y'all know I Twitch everything, so you'll
for sure
be able to see it. But yeah, Roger's been impressive though. I'll give him that. He's been honestly really been impressive this season.
Yeah, for sure. So at 6 we have Pook.
R.I.P. That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
that's I feel like more like eventually, and I know he's gonna be pissed that he's down below me because he beat me, and I know that's gonna hurt.
I hate head-to-head. I hate using head-to-head when it comes to power rankings, unless you're using it for like a tiebreaker between somebody.
Yeah, because especially with like a lot of the like we always say, a lot of the elite level users in this league. Honestly, it's about matchups. Some of us can beat the other elite guys, but can't beat some of the other elite guys just because how the matchups.
I hate to be the one to point this out, and you're going to be a little pissed in this room, but I think my record against you this Madden is like not even this Madden, but the last 2 Maddens is I think I've won like 75% of the games I've played against you, and that's nothing against you. It's just I match up well against you, just your play style and how you play.
Yeah.
And then but a guy like Pook, I just don't match up well against.
Yeah, because I think you're 3-1 against me, but
yeah,
it's just like I said, it's all about matchups. Well, it just kind of depends about.
Fast forward to when LJ kicks your ass in the Super Bowl this year.
I love how this dude. Okay, so this dude finally scored a touchdown to make it 33-7, and this would be the dude that goes full Cordero Patterson and dives celebratory into the end zone down 5 scores.
That's unfortunate.
He didn't dive versus me.
But yeah, like that. I mean, it's all about with Pook being down like he was. Honestly,
I don't think it's anything against his user skills. I just don't really think besides like beating Crips in that, I just don't know. Like he didn't really have like a.
Yeah. He beats up on a lot of in my opinion, the reason I don't see his seasons as that impressive is because a lot of the times he's just beating up on like lesser opponents, and then when it comes to the elite level guys, I'm not going to say he struggles per se, but
I think his playoff record kind of speaks for it.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't play at the level that he does in any of those other games. So to me, that's the thing that separates it is for the fact that I don't think in those big time games he comes up as big as he needs to sometimes.
For sure. So,
guys, we're good. I took his user's ankles on my first play on the next drive and went 79 yards for a touchdown.
So moving on to 7, we got Dicey.
Yeah,
dropped from 2 to 7. So I think he had a rough couple of weeks. Lost to Crips.
Yeah. He had a couple losses at the end of the year, which I think is more just the way that his schedule fell. I still think Dicey had a heck of a season. And
he really had a great season.
I think Trubisky's been such a big ad for him, having a guy that can actually more consistently throw the ball while still having that decent mobility for him to get out of the pocket when he wants to.
Right.
But
I think he definitely sees the difference between him and Cobain.
Yeah, for sure.
As much as he likes to deny that it exists.
Yeah, I think he definitely sees the difference. Which, I mean, honestly, a lot of the teams up at the top had tougher schedules on the back end. I think my schedule was kind of tougher on the front end than on the back end. But, well, actually, no, my schedule was tougher on the back end. I think I had Poop. I had Poop. I had Poop, Levi, Bucks twice, Saints. So yeah,
I think mine was a middle end, if that's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, y'all honestly, most of those good teams had some really big games on the backside of the schedule. Like, I wish that Austin and Rodgers game would have meant more in Week 17 because I would have loved to see them two play.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
Because the way it was headed, the way it was looking like it was gonna head, like early,
depending on a first round bye,
it looked like it was gonna be them two undefeated when that game came. So it was gonna be who was gonna come into the playoff 16 and who 16-0, who was gonna come in there with 15 wins. So I mean, that would have been a epic thing to watch.
Right.
With the undefeated regular season on the line.
So yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess it's a good transition as moving into Austin there at number 8.
Yeah. I really liked what Austin did this year, finally kind of putting everything together for the first time in a while, really.
Yeah,
because he's always been a inconsistently consistent kind of guy.
And really, the only rough patch of a season was when he took a few force L's in a row.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's definitely been really impressive.
Yeah, for sure. He's like Crip said, he's always normally a playoff kind of guy, which he did win his first playoff game against Cowboys, so he's starting off good there. Yeah, I mean, he's always a tough out regardless of what year it is, so it's gonna be interesting to watch the playoffs, how they play out.
Yeah, he did it because I mean, technically, user-wise, he doesn't have a loss this season. So
right, and that's the scary thing because I know I think it was me and Crips had him number 1 the couple weeks when he was undefeated before he took those force L's.
Yeah.
And then he went on vacation and stuff like that, so you had to take a couple force L's, which is unfortunate, but. Like you said, he hasn't had a user loss yet, so it's gonna be interesting to see how he continues his role in the playoffs.
Yeah, especially with the big game against Cards, who hasn't lost in 15 games. So
and Cards tends to have the advantage over Austin, so we'll see what happens. That's gonna be a fun game to watch. So
who's at 9?
That's me.
Yep, 9. Well, I'll say this. Emmons, for what your team is, you have probably had the most impressive season.
I will 100% agree with that.
For what your team is, you have probably had the most impressive season in this league.
I'll tell you one thing. It definitely helped the fact that you guys convinced me to take that quarterback because without him, yikes! The year he had was great for me. So without him, and I'm no offense to Dylan Tyler, my boo, my number one love on that team, he wouldn't have done this for me.
Yeah, that's the thing for that. It was just it's like I know you like Dylan Tyler, but it's like this quarterback sitting right. I didn't know he was going to be superstar dev too. That was just luck of the draw. But I was like, he has the measurables and everything. Take him. Yeah, just take him.
Yeah, and that wide receiver I took in the first round, that was the 7th round projection that Dicey told me to take. He's a stud too. Copeland, I think his name is. So I mean, honestly, I'm losing Will Fuller in the offseason unless I franchise tag him.
I wouldn't recommend because franchise tagging receivers is just unless it's Antonio Brown.
I can find a 95 speed receiver who's horrible and just using the same way.
I mean, to me, like especially with some of the big wins you had on the back half, like that win against Levi, to me was a really big win.
Yeah, that was a big one.
And I mean, just in the fact you do play in like the toughest division, and literally you are like 9-1 outside of your division.
That Pearson loss to the Raiders kills me.
You don't have a user loss outside of your division. That
right.
To me is an amazing feat in itself. My two
L's against Crips were for sure L's. 2 games against Dicey were for sure L's too, but it was more frustrating. Those games were more frustrating. The ones against my losses against Crips were more like just like this is lost, but yeah, so it's frustrating. But I mean going 11-5 with that team, I mean they're not horrible. I mean, they are pretty, but having that quarterback makes it easier too. I mean, when you look at it, my weapons, like receiving, like wide receivers, I got Jarvis Landry, Copeland, and Will Fuller this year, and then I got Eric Ebron at tight end. It's just I don't have an O-line or running backs, so that kills me. And then my defense is just old, and I got 2 good corners, but and then a good safety. But I mean, really, Joe Bocci is horrible, but he's just my user linebacker. And then Brandon McKinney is like 29, which is insane to think about. That's how me and Crips were having this conversation when we were playing our playoff game. When you got to worry about Brandon McKinney regressing, this league has gone on a while.
Yeah,
I think we use Leonard as like the main example of like, oh well, Leonard, he's not regressing yet, but
right,
he's close.
Yeah. He'll hit it after next year.
So yeah, I'm
drop to that quick dev.
Yeah, I'm excited for next season. I got to have a big draft with this team, and hopefully I'm going to have some money in free agency. I got to decide what I'm going to do with J.J. Watt again.
Well, this offseason, honestly, if you can repeat at least your draft from last offseason, I think you'll be fine.
I got the receiver. So I literally got Bocci, who was my best defensive player. I got that wide receiver, and I got Lewerke. So I literally had 3 guys who made huge impacts on my team. Honestly, the 4 most important players on my team are all from draft. Cooper Ina, my safety. But yeah, so I gotta have a good draft. And I gotta have a good offseason because I mean this division is not easy to compete in with Crips and Dicey over here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta make it rough. It's not honestly. I hate that you missed the 2 years more than anything because our games were always so competitive.
Yeah, the first 2 seasons our games were always close. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it helps with whenever your team can kind of, because there's been times that just the sheer talent on the team has pushed me over the top in a lot of those situations.
Yeah, that's also something you got to contribute to people, their skills as well, because team building is important in Madden too. Like you can't just, I'm not a perfect example because I'm not like the best user in the league. Like I'm a good user, but you can't not build your team and then expect just to rely on your user skills against guys like Crips or Dicey or Pook or you. I mean, like 12 guys. I mean, this league is so deep. So, yeah. So I don't know. It'll be fun. It's gonna be a fun year next year. I'm really excited to have me and Wumbo's Revenge Tour if he does play. Yeah, but I'm moving on from me.
We got Eagles.
Levi. Yeah, Levi finishing at 10.
Yeah. So Levi, same spot he's been in for, I think the last 3 or 4 power rankings at least now. Levi's been impressive with his team too, because
his roster is not good.
Yeah, his roster really is. It's a lot of older guys.
Yeah,
it's not even like a lot of really good older guys. It's a lot of like made talent older guys. So, I think with his ability, he's been, especially with what he was able to do with Shazier Hill he had what 18 picks.
Yeah.
Something insane.
So, so I mean, I think to me, that's the impressive part. And of course, I always like to bring up his budding rivalry with Cowboys. That's always a fun thing to watch.
But, they're entertaining for sure.
But
it's a good rivalry to have. I mean, because they're not far from each other in the rankings, so
yeah. It's not like one of those rivalries where it's like people want to force it to be a rivalry, but it's really dominated by one side.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. So I mean, that's the thing with that is that he's doing a lot with the minimal roster. So anytime a user does that, it is more power to them whenever you're doing that with a minimal roster. So especially in the NFC with guys like, where you have cards and
right,
where you have Lights and Roger and me and Austin.
Sure.
And I mean, and even if you start going down from like the elite guys to like the mid to good guys, where you have like Saints and Cowboys and Bucks is a lot better than his record shows. So
yeah, for sure.
So that's I don't know. I think that's a big thing to me.
Yep. So those are the rankings, the final season rankings. The next ones will be the preseason rankings. So unfortunately, that's it for me tonight. I gotta go play a game. So as always, it's been fun for me. Top 10 2 weeks in a row, so I got to hear people talk about me for 2 weeks in a row. It's been nice. Since I was
probably helped to stroke your ego.
No, I don't really have much of an ego, but it is nice to hear about yourself. I mean, since that was the one thing that was nice. Like, even though when I was in my hiatus, you guys kept me at like 15, which was. But
well, I mean, even like now, like we've got Corey pretty high. Corey and Vicious are both.
Yeah, for sure. The best both users. But you boys have a good one. Crips, for avenging me.
It's 47-9 right now.
Nice.
15 seconds left.
Just throw for a touch. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. We are commissions in there. We can't promote that.
I know he is calling timeouts though, down 47-9, and so I can't kneel the ball because he.
Nope, Crips don't.
I'm not going to. No, I'm punting. I'm just saying that it's kind of frustrating because I hate when people have 3 timeouts, and so they just call timeouts with 20 seconds left just to get the ball back because they want to pad some stats.
But all right, boys, you guys have a good one.
All right.
Well,
I guess it's just you and me to hammer some things out for a little bit.
Yep. So the new league, that's going to be a very interesting acquisition once we fully kind of get it to where we kind of wanted it. Right now, it is for M18. We're just kind of leaving it. We're slowly but surely implementing our stuff as far as like we got the rules in and everything in there. Once Corey gets around to coding the DL page again, they'll have that too. We'll probably like rebrand it for 19, and then try to get a lot, because a lot of the guys in there right now are users from AMLoB, and what we want to try to do is kind of keep guys from kind of use that as our farm system to kind of get guys into AMLoB as opposed to having most of our guys in the league. So the plan is to have like, a couple of us come from here that'll be commissions, and then of course you'll have Levi, probably like Crips and Emmons if y'all want to do it again next year, but we're trying to keep other people from out of it, but it'll be easier to fill with the new game, of course.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because Madden fever will be high, and I mean, all the users won't stick, but I'm sure we'll find people that will. and then that way we can keep AMLoB full and not have people getting CPU games constantly in the division like Corey and Stefan had to deal with for so long with Raiders users and Broncos users just coming in and out and sometimes not even being there at all. So it's definitely going to be a very interesting thing once we get it going.
But, yeah. No, I like kind of where we're at right now, and I mean I get kind of how it kind of ended up turning into more of just a farm system for right now, just not even really a farm system, but just a way of guys just kind of, it's more of a screw around league almost. Like I don't like it's more serious than that, but like with a lot of guys in the league, it just kind of in our league right now just kind of gives them a chance to try something out with a new team or something and have fun with some of the rookies and just stuff like that. So I think that I like kind of where it's at right now and kind of where we've kind of the trajectory we've got it kind of set on. And, you know, I guess kind of the only hope is just that we can keep adding on and building to it.
Yeah. I mean, for 19, it'll be more fleshed out because now I haven't even worked on like the immersion stuff that we're doing for AMLoB as far as like power rankings and the podcast and figuring out exactly how we want to go about those things. So we haven't even really scratched on that yet. But we're working on it. I know for M19 it'll be a full go. It'll definitely be a full go. For 18, it's just kind of like it's late in the cycle, so we want to make sure we put the pieces in place to kind of have that foundation for next year.
Yeah. Good.
Oh no, you can go ahead.
No, I was just randomly going to make a little side note that DJ Chark now has 8 catches for 271 yards and 5 touchdowns, and Leonard Fournette is averaging 170 yards rushing a game.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Yeah,
that's ridiculous. But yeah, so that's the thing with as far as that's concerned. And then this upcoming off season, I want to do the mock drafts and kind of do like, you know, word around the league type of deal as far as like, you know, guys potentially trying to move up, move back, kind of like a rumor mill of sorts. Just putting something together. If anybody's interested, just let us know. But yeah, I want to try to get that incorporated this off season because I think it would be a good ad. We already do the write-ups for the power rankings now, which that'll be tomorrow, obviously, the last one for the season. And then we'll go into the off season. Like I said, probably try to do like a rumor mill type of deal. And also do those mock drafts. I'm sure Poop would love to. And I'm sure a couple other people that would. So that's another plan that we have on the table for the off season. Let's see. What else do we have going on? Waiting on Corey to code his DL page.
we seem to be waiting on Corey for a lot of stuff.
Corey's a busy man. He's a busy
man. That he is.
He's
liar.
But
I missed Emmons calling me a liar because my laptop had to update, and so it took me longer to load up than I thought it would.
It's all good, but yeah. So I mean, I think that's a major part of it is that we're just working. We're trying to work hard and make the league as immersive as possible.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Madden 19 add some immersion as far as in game.
Yeah, so it's not so much just always on us. Not to say or mean that we don't, enjoy everything that we've obviously helped and kind of done to put it all together. It's just it is a lot on our plates, and so I think too, as much as we're enjoying kind of making this immersive and trying to make it as realistic and everything as possible, we do still like to just kind of sit and enjoy the league too. And so I think that's the big thing, is that it's been more and more enjoyable, and I think that's been a huge deal.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not even that. Because my thing, I just want to get like league involvement. I honestly don't care that I have to do that. We have to do a lot because
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like I enjoy that. I enjoy the immersion aspect of it. Like it'd be cool to have some stuff from EA, but I mean, we'd be doing it. We'd be doing stuff anyway, either way, because it's just as much as the immersion stuff is work. It's fun because it makes it immersive. It makes it realistic, and it makes it more involved and everything of that nature. So, yeah.
I think incorporating the league Twitter page a little bit more. Like I said, doing write-ups on stuff, and
honestly, since that one league fell through, I'll probably convert my Twitter page that we had to make for that league into one for AMLoB, and I'll kind of.
Well, we have one. I just don't know.
Well, I mean, like an individual, an individual one on the side off of maybe I'll like tweet out some stuff in relation to like potential prospects and stuff or something like that. Try and make it a little more, kind of just add another voice to the mix of everything.
Yeah.
Just because that might be kind of interesting.
Yeah, one thing I want to do with the coding for the Daddy Leagues page, I want to get like that stuff incorporated into it, as far as like embed the Twitter stuff, embed like the Twitter stuff, the Twitch page, embed like the embed like the YouTube page. That way, whenever we do go live, like you can see that we're live from the Daddy League page. And like I want to do like a game of the week special type of deal where I guess I'll just like give out like the league. I'll give out like the league Twitch page information.
Yeah.
And then just like let somebody log in, and that way they can host the game of the week on the AMLoB page, and then we can just upload that straight to the YouTube page. Work on doing, because at this point nobody really does highlights or anything like that. So at this point, I'm just about to start just going to people's pages and just start highlighting stuff myself. I mean,
that might be a little. That'd be a lot of work, but
everybody. Well, I mean, all I do at work all day anyway is watch stuff. But
what do you do for a living? That's like
I am a service manager at Wells Fargo.
Oh, okay.
So, there's a lot like a lot of times I'm working in like a single person branch, and it's just kind of like a lot of times I don't really have much to do, and that's when I get a lot of the stuff done for the league, as far as like write-ups and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I mean, I want to do like a highlight video of like top plays from the season, because anybody that has a Twitch in the league and they actually use Twitch their games, I follow them. That way we have, even there's people that have left the league that I still follow on Twitch, just because I don't know, I really don't feel like going through the hassle of
unfollowing them, and yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I could technically just go and just do like a highlight video, and I mean, I'll probably just add everyone and see if they can, send those highlights. And I finally figured out how to do a magazine cover. So I was thinking about doing something like that too for like maybe like weekly game of the week magazine cover or like offensive player of the week, defensive player of the week type of thing. So there's a lot of stuff I'm kind of thinking about. We'll run it. We'll run through it.
Yeah.
In the commiss chat, and then kind of roll it out to everyone else. But yeah, we'll see. It'll be a lot going on. Very interesting.
One thing that I wanna do is, I know in one of my other chats that someone who has more experience working with bots and stuff set up a bot during the draft that would automatically tweet out. It would automatically link the tweet of anything having to like do draft related stuff, not even just from your big names, like mostly from your big names, but not only from them. And I want to go and talk to him and see how he did that, and see if I can either figure that out myself or kind of relay that information to one of y'all that's a little better at it than I am, and see if we can put something together for that, because I think that'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that I want to get done, and also I want to make sure we keep better track of those rookies. That way, we can kind of come up with like our own personal like rookie type of list of guys that are being impactful on these teams, more so than what you see on. And I mean, it would be a mix of offensive and defensive players. It wouldn't be just one side of the ball, but of course, most times the impact you'll see from rookies is going to be on the offensive side of the ball. You really don't see many defensive guys unless it's like somebody's user, or in your case, where you have like a monster pass rusher that just constantly comes in off the edge.
I still don't understand how that happens, so don't ask. I still don't know.
Yeah, it was a wild season for Rodgers.
Definitely. I'm still salty that I ended up missing out on the 2 awards I was really hoping I would get, because I didn't get either of MVP or sorry, I'm doing.
I didn't expect to win MVP.
Yeah, that was like that kind of surprised me a little bit, was you winning MVP. It did kind of surprise me a little bit.
But I mean, honestly,
not gonna complain.
I was gonna say, with that type of season though, I mean, because 41 touchdowns to 10 picks with 4,500 passing yards.
Yeah,
that's definitely
your dude had. I mean, Kaiser had. I mean, we were talking about it in the chat in and out, but I mean, that has got to be the most efficient season. I still put West's season last year above it from an overall statistical standpoint, but I think
statistically, it was better.
Kaiser had far and away the most efficient season in AMLoB history, which is saying something, because we've had some pretty crazy QB seasons. And I still like what happened with Watson. Granted, my turnover bugaboo kind of got to me this year, but I was still pretty happy with the overall production I ended up getting. Oh,
hold on.
All right, well, I guess it's just me, so we can listen to me talk for a minute about I don't know what I'm gonna. I didn't have an individual segment planned. I guess if I had to say anything, message to people: be smart. Don't make bad decisions in life. Don't do drugs, kids.
What?
Don't. I I couldn't think of anything to say, so I was like, I guess if I'm gonna say something, like I guess leave a message for the kids, don't do drugs. Dang it! I meant to dive with Watson and I slid instead, and whatever. I'm gonna hate myself for this, but okay, as long as Woods gets it, I'm fine. Hey, Woods got it, I'm fine.
What was I saying? I was saying something.
You were saying something, and then you just got up and left, and so I told the kids to not do drugs.
But I think that I was thinking about doing like a list just overall of like top 10 rookies. Nothing like too in depth, just like top 10, rookie impacts. Like for Emmett, like honestly, Emmons with
lower
in Bocce on defense.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, those two guys, honestly, in my opinion, were two of the more impactful rookies on the season. Of course, Rogers for you would be one. Godspeed for Emmons, Fairley for
Godspeed for Pook, you mean?
I mean, Godspeed for Pook, Fairley for
Roger
and Wright. Well,
for Corey.
For Corey,
yeah.
I mean,
Rogers.
Curry for me, honestly.
Yeah.
That guy he's a man.
He's a man. He is not a child.
But I mean, he's only there's only one other guy in the league with his type of stats, and that's Jerry Rice Jr., who's at this point regressing. So
yeah. As much as Jerry Rice Jr. has made a in and out impact on the league, he is near the twilight of his Madden career, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Which really is unfortunate because he really had a good impact on the league from a standpoint of we had to create a lot of new rules to stop people from just over excessively funneling things to one player, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I mean the Cavs are about to run them out the building. What's
the score looking like right now?
86-64.
Oh my jeez!
And Cleveland's still going, so this game's probably going to get really bad.
I would hope it would, honestly. I mean, I feel bad for LeBron. He had to struggle through that first series as much as he did. But
just trying to incorporate a lot more stuff in. I enjoy doing the write-ups and stuff, so I mean, don't be surprised if you see me being the other person that does the mock draft with Poop. Especially with some of the guys in this class, because you got the quarterbacks, you have
the receiver,
that the sweepstakes everyone was trying to get involved in.
Everyone except me. I wanted to trade up, but I didn't want to trade up for the receiver.
I mean, honestly, if I could have got the receiver, depending on what his combine looks like, if his combine says something ridiculous like a 4.3, honestly, to me, he's that type of like transcendent talent that you just, even if you don't need a receiver, you go get him.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, and I feel already, especially with the way that we've kind of seen the reports and stuff play out, that he's definitely going to end up being that kind of guy.
Yeah,
he's going to be a 4.35 guy. He's going to be like Godspeed, except hits the 6'4" height threshold and has superstar dev out the gate.
Yeah, and with A- spec catch and B+ everything else. So like superstar dev, like that dude's a transcendent talent. You take that. If you regardless, it's like when LeBron James came out of high school. It doesn't matter if you don't need a small forward. You draft LeBron James. If you have the opportunity to draft
LeBron James, you draft LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Because transcendent talents don't come along all the time. Like, I think this is the first time we've seen in the CFM where it's a 6'4" guy with a speed rating. So
Yeah.
I mean, if it comes down to it, and he has that, and he does run a 4.3, which typically the guys that have that speed tag do. He runs a 4.3, and I mean, I'm sure his vert will be up there too. It'd probably be at least 39, maybe even 40. So I mean, that dude will be a freak. Like, so I mean, it's something to watch for that. And then there's quarterbacks. This might be like the deepest quarterback class we've seen too. So
yeah, I need me a QB. I love what Watson's done for me. I really do, but I mean, it's gotten to the point where I think QB is gotten to the point where it's my biggest need on this team, and I hate to say that because again, I love what Watson's done for me, but I think it just more speaks to the rest of my roster than it does to Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not speaking on Kaiser's future yet because I still need him to win me another Super Bowl. So I'm not speaking on his future yet. I might move on from Kaiser. Maybe not, depending on what I could get for him. Which I mean, at this point, late in the CFM, he's in my opinion. I mean, he'll be 27 at the end of the season. So I mean, and he's a 90 overall quarterback. I think he's already a top 10 guy. So I mean, him in like a third probably can pull me a 1, but we'll see. I don't know.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. So I'm up 7-0 right now. My only touchdown pass was Leonard Fournette to my backup running back. I got a little bored. I decided to pull out some Wildcat. Although Danny Shelton is still just as much of a problem as he would be any other time. So there's that.
Yeah.
Which I guess is, to be expected, but doesn't mean it's any less frustrating. Because I cannot run the ball, despite having a 99 run blocking center. So, is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't think there's just a ton other stuff we need to hit on today. But, and correct me if I'm wrong, I might just be missing something, But I'm saying that I don't think there's just a ton else for us that we got to talk about today.
Yeah, I think we're at the end of the show now.
Yeah.
But
Corey's gonna show up like 2 minutes later after be like, "I'm here, guys. Don't worry, I made it." Corey, no, you didn't. No, you didn't, bud. You missed it. You missed
it. Thanks to everybody that was watching. We appreciate you. This is definitely the number one source to get like any league info, potential things we're thinking about as far as like rule changes and just like emerging stuff that we'll be adding. So, or
even picking our brains if you're into that kind of thing.
If you want to ask questions, you can go in the comments section or add us in the main chat. So, I mean, just let us know if you want to come on the show. Don't be afraid to ask. We'll definitely get you on here. I think anybody that's ever asked has been put on the show. So,
yeah, just don't be afraid to get roasted. Is all I have to say.
Well, that's because Crips is rude, but
that's true. I have an ass, but but as they say on Game of Thrones, it is known. So. I think we have to end it on that crappy Game of Thrones reference, because where else would we end it on?
That was bad, but
it was pretty bad. Hey, I'm an ass and I'm terrible at jokes, so I mean.
Yeah, but anyways, like I said, we appreciate it. any questions or anything, just hit us up, and we'll definitely answer or get you on the show if you need to. If you feel like got something you want to talk about, whether that's league concerns or you just something you're thinking about yourself, so we can get that on here. But yeah, we'll catch y'all next time.